Joe Campuzoni of CampuzoniMMA.com. I'm here with a victorious Dan Miller after UFC 124 in Montreal. First things first, Dan, congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about the fight. You know, Dirkson's a tough vet and you grinded him out. What factors do you think his experience played into the fight?
I just, he was a phenomenal fighter. I think he's a very skilled fighter, and just the elbows at the end, I think, were off of his experience. He did a great job of cutting me off, and but I think I answered all of those and some more.
There was a hairy moment in the second round where Dirkson locked up a Kimura. How much trouble were you in, and explain how you got out of that sub attempt?
When he first locked it up, it really wasn't that bad. I was controlling his hips, so he couldn't get his hips in to kind of really crank on it. He was able to slip it out and was able to get back in, and then he slipped out again. But at that point, I had my hips far enough away and kind of broke it out. I was able to kind of roll through. He had me in trouble enough to make me move, but I never felt in danger of ever tapping.
You guys are pretty busted up after the fight. How are those cuts healing up?
They're actually looking good. The cuts are healing good, and I basically that's it. I had the 2 cuts, and that was it. I didn't have any other injuries.
What was it like to fight against him in his home country of Canada?
It was pretty cool. Everyone there was really actually good to me. I didn't get harassed at all up there, and they were actually Canadians. They were from Montreal. It was phenomenal. They were great fans, very knowledgeable about the sport.
Were you surprised that it was a split decision at the end of the fight?
I thought I won the fight, but again, you never know what the judges are looking at, and when you go to the judges, you can't really expect anything. It's all unexpected. I wasn't that surprised when I heard it, because being I was fighting in Canada against a Canadian, I expected them to kind of lean towards him anyway.
In between rounds with Mike Constantino, he was asking you to do the Jamie pass. For those fans that do not know, can you take us through the intricacies that is the Jamie pass?
Basically, he was just telling me at a couple points in the fight, his legs were open, and I was passing, but I wasn't putting his knee to the floor, putting his knee on the floor and then passing. I was trying to, basically, I was just trying to pass his knee. So Mike was telling me, Jamie pass, which is knee to the floor and the head on the inside with an underhook on the other side. I tried, but I think I failed with it.
So you're 2-0 now after rebounding from those losses. What, or more specifically, who do you think is next in your future?
I have no idea. I really don't know what they have in store for me. I'm hoping it's a fighter who's kind of at the top end of the division. I'd like to show that I deserve to fight. Those fighters that are up there. But I really have no idea.
Let's switch gears and talk about Jim's fight for a minute. How excited were you to see him win the way that he did?
It was extremely exciting. I was so proud of Jim. He went out and did what he set out to do. He went out and he wanted to show everybody that Charles didn't really deserve to be in the ring with him, and I think he showed. He did that. Jim's a phenomenal fighter. He's one of my heroes. I love to fight the way Jim fights. But there aren't many people like him who just go out and he'll take chances because he doesn't care where he ends up. He knows he's going to get out, and he knows he's going to get the win, and he just goes out and attacks and attack.
UFC 129 is coming to Newark, New Jersey in March. Is that a card that you want to get on, or do you think it's a little bit too soon in between fights?
I would love to fight on it, and I'd love to keep active. It would be great to fight on that card, but again, I don't know they have a lot of fighters coming in now with the merger with WC, and they got a lot, other people have to fight ahead of me now, and then I just had to fight. So it's a tough call. I mean, I'd hope that it would put me on the card just because being a local guy, but I don't really know.
Where do you see yourself in the middleweight division of the UFC right now?
I think that I can hang with anybody in the UFC in the middleweight division, but as far as where I am, I don't really know. I mean, is where other people see me and where the UFC sees me. Maybe the middle division. I can't really speak for them, but I personally feel that I could fight. Could hang with anyone, and I should be at the top of the division.
Just wondering, I was in debate with a few other people while you were watching the fight. How many pounds do you think you cut before the fight?
I try to arrive there at like 98, 97, and that's cutting from, I walk around like 200, anywhere in between 200 and 205, and then I'll start to really diet, cut it out, and then, the Tuesday before I'll do probably 98.
So if I could get your prediction for the upcoming Vitor Belfort Anderson Silva fight that's going down February.
You know what? It's a tough call. I mean, I love Vitor. I think he's a great fighter. I've always liked watching him fight. But I don't know. It's going to be standard porn. I don't know if there's anybody better than Anderson on their feet.
All right. Well, thanks for the time, Dan, and congrats on the win, man. Pleasure as always.